Felicity for Get Your Rock Out here with the amazing Devin Townsend. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm quite well. It's Manchester. We got 3 more shows to go, and I feel well.
I'm really glad to hear it. The last time we spoke to you was just before Retinal,
Yeah.
and I mean, so much has happened since then. So
Yeah,
where
tell
to
me about
start? Retinal itself. How are you feeling about it, looking back on it all now?
Well, as we were talking about before, it was such an output of energy, and the creative elements were just so over the top. And since that, it's been 7 weeks of shows. We've had maybe 4 days off since then. So I start mixing it and editing it in a week. And at that point, I'll have a much better idea. My memory is that I'm actually, frankly, amazed that it wasn't a total disaster. And I think that everybody who was involved with it just went so far above and beyond that it was really, really cool.
It was amazing.
I agree.
I mean, is there one bit of the whole night that kind of stands out, or is it just a blur of incredibleness?
Well, I mean, if I was to decide on one thing about it, it's just there's a whole bunch of people that put in so much effort in a situation that they had no real motivation to other than just trying to create something that people would enjoy, right? And I mean, again, I don't like the idea of the hierarchy of it all, but I think that everybody who was involved with it, it was just rewarding for me to have so many people passionate about something that, is actually really strange, right? So.
Yeah. But reviews of it have been absolutely incredible. Everything I've seen. I mean, I've not seen a negative one yet.
Yeah.
So.
Give it time. Yeah.
But is there anything that you change looking back on the process, or do you think that this is going to be something that you try and do again?
Well, I'm working on this Ziltoid thing that will hopefully make the Retinal Circus look like a high school play, right? But yeah, I don't think I change anything. I think that again, it's the relationship that we have with people and everybody who did it. The relationship everybody has with it is not based on trying to make a West End type of production. We're just trying to do something we've got no right to be able to pull off, and we did that. And any quirks and foibles about what could have been or what shouldn't have been or what I don't think that holds much water. Just the fact that we did it is really the only thing that's important, right?
Wonderful. And have you seen the giant green vagina since then, or have you had to wish it goodbye?
I haven't. I look forward to it though. No, I think it's at Paul's house, right? So, it's in his living room.
Kind of hard to explain to guests that you walk in, you're greeted by a giant vagina.
Yeah, right. Maybe it's just he can replace his doorway with it, and people can just walk through it to get to his living room.
Yeah, I think that we should do that. If it's not already done, I think we should break into his house and make it happen.
All right.
I think actually
you
could
were
be a little
involved
annoyed.
in the show too.
I was. I mean, for me, it was just the most obscenely incredible thing on earth.
Well, I mean, I think it's nice as well that that everybody who we made a lot of friends with it too. There's just a lot of people that again put a lot of effort into it, and I find for myself that the stage that we're at professionally and technically, I mean, we're not a highly funded organization, right? So the fact that people put so much energy that's above and beyond the call of duty into it is just it makes me hope that in the future, if we do get well funded, man, what could we do then? It would just be obscene, right?
I don't think really I could comprehend the kind of
we
thing
just
you
have
could
a way
do.
bigger vagina, right? We drop a shark into the audience, right?
You know what? That could be quite good fun.
Just have an egg that drops a live great white shark into the middle of the audience.
Yeah.
You can only do it once, but you get press.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's you could get no reviews from the show whatsoever, as everybody was too busy recovering from a shark attack.
Well, that's it, right? Yeah.
It's one way of stopping negative feedback, I guess.
That's what we're thinking, yeah.
Brilliant. And you have been touring constantly since then with Fear Factory. How's it been going?
It's good. I mean, it's 17 adult, irritable men / apes trying to coexist with much different parameters on what defines personal space and comfort and all these things. But I think ultimately, the thing with Fear Factory has been really good for us just because, personally, I've known Dino and Bert for 20 years, so my relationship with them is easy. And aside from that, because everybody has been doing it for so long, a lot of the sort of petty things that you maybe run into with younger bands just doesn't exist. Everybody sort of knows those parameters, at least. And the shows have been really good. So, you know, I think that our audiences are slightly different, but from the same sort of cloth, right? So, yeah.
And there've been so many sellout shows as well. I
Yeah,
mean, it just
yeah.
looks like you've been having such an incredible reception every night.
And I mean, you know, it can all end tomorrow, right? So I'm just grateful for being able to continue to do it, right? And if it stops, you know, I can lift things, so we're good, right?
And are you quite sad it's ending, or are you getting to the stage now where you're thinking, you know what, I'm looking forward to being home?
I'm okay to go home. Yeah, and it's been almost 9 weeks, and I'd love to process the circus and all the BS that goes along with it, and not the circus, but like, and until I see it, until I start working on the DVD, until I start mixing it, I'm not going to be able to sort of quantify it in any way, and I'm looking forward to that.
You're just going to see all these things that you have no recollection of happening on the light.
Well, it's fun though. I mean, you know, it's like an advent calendar, right? Every time you're just like, wow, I had no idea that was going on there, right?
Yeah. I mean, have you watched back live stream footage of it? Had you had the chance?
A bit of it, but I mean, the sound of the live stream was just, you know, terrible, right? So it's like, it's hard for me to like watch it without just focusing on, you know, the fact that I got these big, horrible, dry vocals as the loudest thing in the mix, right? So, but because I get a chance to mix it, I'll make sure that it's a little more, there's a little more polish on it, right?
I mean, you're so involved with every step of everything you do. I mean, you've never been the kind of person that sits back and lets people do it. Do you think that kind of the more you do, the you know, the bigger you get, the bigger shows you play? Do you still think that you're going to want to stay in control as much as you are now?
Well, I mean, I think it's an illusion of control on a certain level, because I want people to collaborate, and I want people to get the credit for collaborating. A lot of the reasons why I've done the things I've done is I just haven't been able to afford to have people who are better than me do it. So I'll tell you what, if I get money and I can afford it, man, they can do it all. I mean, I think the one thing I've got going is I've got a vision, right? But I'd love to delegate that. And my desire to be in control of things, I think now, is more just about making sure that it stays true to the vision, as opposed to like needing to, you know, I mean, shit, man, I'd love to sleep rather than like, you know, edit videos and all this sort of stuff. However, you know, because I don't drink or anything either, right? So there's like that element of it. I've got a ton of time. You know, when I used to drink or do drugs or anything, it was like 8 hours a day that were gone. But now I got to fill it with something. So, you know, making stupid videos or mixing stuff.
Speaking of which, I mean, the latest videos that you've been uploading from this tour.
Maybe that's an indicator of just the sheer boredom of it all, right? You're just kind of like. But I mean, again, it's like, you know, when you're doing these sorts of things, I think it's interesting to. I think it's interesting for the sake of the audience to be able to get an idea of the relative normality of it all, right? Because I think a lot of times people want to project their impressions of, you know, if somebody has an emotional connection to the music, they may think that the people who are involved with the creation of it are somehow that, as opposed to just like a conduit to it. And then I think, you know, then you end up with a, you know, where people put a false sense of importance on the actual musicians, when musicians and artists in general, for me, my point of view is everybody's just kind of like workers. It's just, you know, you're facilitating a vision, right? But, you know, everybody has a role. Like, you know, I'm front man, or, you know, and then there's guitar tech, but there should that should just all be like for the sake of the show, and there should really be no hierarchy, right? And I hope that people ultimately, through what we do or our involvement with social media, will ultimately sort of see that we're just, you know, just trying to have some fun, essentially. And if you don't like it or whatever, that's, you know, it's, you know, absolutely perfectly acceptable. And as long as people recognize that we're not doing what we do, going out of our way to piss people off in particular, it's like, I just feel compelled to do what I do, and I enjoy it a lot, right?
Well, it's the best way for it, really. I mean, if you don't enjoy it, really, what's the point?
There is, 100%.
I mean, and you are hugely involved with fans all the time. You're just constantly making sure you've got the time for them. Is that kind of the most important thing, part of the whole thing for you?
Well, I mean, without the people who listen, I can't do it. And I really want to do it. I really want to do it. And I mean, we've been away for so many months and just perpetually away. And it takes a ton of energy, not only to like travel or whatever, but to get yourself in a frame of mind for the show that is honestly like you want to entertain people. And so what I hope to achieve by doing what we do is that people can have a good time. That's it. There's really not a lot of ulterior motive other than that. I mean, I think that what I do musically can go in a lot of different directions. And when I was with Strapping, it was going in that direction. And I think if I wanted it to go in, an avant-garde sort of direction, I could probably find a way to do that too. But I would prefer to use whatever skill set that we have as an organization to provide something that people really have a good time with. I mean, that to me seems like the best use of this life than, making something a little more obscure, right? Time will tell, I mean, maybe it's just, maybe that's just a poor decision artistically, but for me, I think it's important that if you have to be away and you have to do all this shit, you're going to want to have a good time, right? And you want people around you to be happy, right? So.
And you've got so much kind of planned for the future. What can you tell us about what's coming up?
Well, I've got this record, Casualties of Cool, which I'm just finishing. And it's a sort of a reaction to Epicloud, and that Epicloud's this big sort of shiny, over-the-top thing, right? And Casualties is this very quiet, very dark, sort of country-sounding record. And it's, I think it's a good record for like very late nights when you're on your own, very early mornings when you're on your own, or hangovers, right? It's like it's really a quiet thing. And but it's kind of a sideline to what I'm working towards, and what I'm working towards is this Ziltoid thing, and it's gonna be fucking awesome. It's like we got the new puppet we're working on, and he's like, it's amazing. It's not, we're not pissing around with this. It's like a lot of energy into this thing, and I'm gonna use a big choir and an orchestra, and we're going to make a movie, and there's going to be a comic book, and there's going to be a TV show or internet show. And I think of all the things that I've been involved with that are creatively liberating, this will be the pinnacle of it, right? I got to figure out I'm still trying to piece it together, and I'm trying to figure out what the best way to proceed with the music is, because on one level I like doing all this sort of notey, chaotic shit, sort of like deconstruction or whatever. But I do like the reaction that people have to simpler music too. So I think it needs to be a way to mix the two and not sort of lose people in some crazy, philosophical mumbo jumbo that ultimately doesn't mean anything, right? So, I'm still trying to figure it out. I think, Ziltoid's got a big part of it, whether or not he's like a mascot or a sideline. Maybe the record can be separate from the movie. I don't know, but it's going to be a real big deal for me. And I think there's a show that we're planning in 2 years in London that's going to be really epic.
So obscene amounts to look forward to.
I'm hoping. Yeah, it depends on how things go, right? But I mean, if the Furies are with us, we'll see in a couple of years doing puppet shows.
I can't wait. I mean, there's nobody really around kind of on the music scene at the moment that does the amount you do and is just so unbelievably creatively inspired.
Thanks.
And, even if it all goes horrifically wrong, it's going to be stupid amounts of fun.
Yeah, it's it. Well, I mean, I think that it's like, I really appreciate the compliment. I think it's like, in my view, though, it's like what I hope to achieve with what we do is to contribute whatever my filter for this sort of shit is to a big pool of music, right? Like I don't listen to my own music. I listen to the demos, but I like other people's music, you know? And for me to be able to contribute my bullshit to that is really cool, right? But I think there's a lot of people doing a lot of really, really cool things. It's just, you know, again, my filter is middle-class white Canadian, you know, nerd that never got over a bunch of shit in high school, right? So at the age of 40, I'm maybe, you know, committed to those things in a way that I hadn't recognized I was earlier. So yeah, you know, it comes out in these ways. But I think there's a lot of really, really creative and awesome things going on, right? And so I'm happy to be involved in the way that I am.
Well, I'm sadly going to have to let you go now, but I mean, we are hugely looking forward to everything that's coming up, and I, you know, cannot wait for the show tonight.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah, it's been great to
Awesome.
speak to you.
It's great to see you
Yeah,
again.
you
Thank
too. You too. Thank
Yeah.
you. And
Of
we'll see
course.
you back here very soon.
I'll
I'm
be
sure.
here. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Wonderful.
Bye, guys.